This is the real hustle, high stakes. In this series, Jess, Alex and Paul pull off some of their most daring scams yet to land themselves a colossal payout. On tonight's show, the hustlers roped this couple into a money laundering scheme. Alex takes on former javelin world record holder Steve Backley in a throwing contest.
Hold on a second.
And it doesn't add up. Paul opens up his own bureau de change.
I've now fall under the typical blonde category.
In this series, the hustlers risk all to expose to our hidden cameras the big money scams that cheat the public out of millions of pounds each year. All the people on this show have been hustled for real, and after being given their money back, they agreed that the footage could be shown so you can avoid being ripped off by the same scams.
All we're going to do is give you cancelled money.
I don't know. It's too good to be true.
I can spend it in 2 seconds flat.
What do you want to do? We got to do the deal now if you want to do it.
Maybe this sim's not for you. I don't know.
The hustlers have set up a meeting with a couple of guests at this hotel to discuss a potentially profitable business venture. What they're about to propose will initially sound implausible, so it's gonna take all of their powers of persuasion to pull this off. Once inside, the hustlers split up. Paul and Alex head to the bar and settle themselves in for their pre-arranged meeting with the Marks. But first, Jess has a job to do. In the lift, she puts on a name badge and is instantly transformed into a member of hotel staff. An unattended trolley completes the look. Before the Marks leave to meet up with Alex and Paul, Jess makes her way to their room.
Hi, sorry to disturb you. Do you mind if I just check your room key, please?
Yeah.
Just having a few problems with the data storage.
We didn't get in.
Could you not get in?
We didn't.
Oh, right. Hang on. Let me just,
wrong.
because I can reset it for you, see.
Rather than resetting it, Jess uses a handheld card reader to clone the key card.
Yes, that's fine. Yes, no, that's fine. Thank you very much.
In a matter of seconds, it's done. She'll be putting that clone key to use shortly. 5 minutes later, the Marks appear downstairs for their meeting with Paul and Alex. It's time for the sell. The meeting's been set up by a shared acquaintance, and all the Marks know is that it's an opportunity to invest £2,000 in a W money scheme that involves cancelled banknotes.
So I didn't catch your name.
Books, B-O-O-T-S.
Box. Okay.
Paul gets straight down to business.
So all we're going to do is give you cancelled money. Simple as that. It's a pretty simple deal, which is you give us whatever you want to put into it. We'll give you double that amount. The money is, when they're testing new security on bills, what they do is they send out these test bills, and it's real money that's been basically just inked. And these are £20 notes, a genuine note. And then they run it through another process which turns it completely black. So it looks like a piece of black paper.
The reason it's been done is a security measure. Because when they transport the money from one place to another for it to be incinerated, If it's dyed black, then the money is completely useless to anyone who decides to knock off the VAT.
So, the hustlers have got their hands on a quantity of cancelled notes that have been dyed black to prevent theft. This is known as black money.
And the idea is that the black ink is completely indelible. But there's completely indelible, and then there's completely indelible. So,
yeah, we have found a way because we know a very brilliant chemist. He's just basically worked out a reverse process. So we're getting the ink to dissolve without destroying the paper. Now, that money no one's going to miss because it's not meant to exist. And we've got an endless supply because it's a process that keeps happening.
All we're doing is spreading the money around. The money's completely legit. It's not counterfeit, but you have to clean it.
The hustlers are claiming to have a miracle solution that dissolves the black ink. Because they've got so much black money, they need to get rid of some to avoid drawing unwanted attention. So they're offering to sell the black money and the solution at half its face value, so everyone's a winner.
Once the money's made and distributed, it's basically returned and burned because it's completely worthless.
With the marks occupied, Jess takes the opportunity to put that cloned keycard to good use. She lets herself into their room and rigs it with hidden cameras. The vital part of the scam is going to unfold in this room shortly. Back downstairs in the bar, it's time for Alex and Paul to play the convincer.
I'll give you a sample now, so it's up to you before you make any decisions. So these are...
All right, then. Nice.
Yeah, they're all the 20s. There you go. Yeah. Have a look at that. Have a look at that. And they have been dyed black. That's £100. You can have that. What you need to do with this is you need to go upstairs and fill the bath up about that much of water. Yeah. You put in part one first. Put the money in. Make sure that's swirled around. Okay, because that actually protects the money, the paper, from falling apart. Yeah. And then you put part two first, which is the white one. So it's part two, and that will wash the ink off. The process will take about an hour and 45. It takes quite a while.
Okay.
So look, why don't you go upstairs, do that, and we'll just wait for you guys here.
Okay.
To prove the process works, Alex has given them £100 of black money and some solution. The Marks head up to their room to try it out for themselves. They've arranged to meet Paul and Alex back in the bar in a couple of hours' time, which will give the solution enough time to work its magic.
Cold water, is it?
Yeah, it's a bit cold water.
Is that cold? Lifting first, yeah?
Yeah, swing it around.
Yeah, I'm making dinner. Notes?
Yeah.
Separately or together?
They carefully follow Alex's instructions.
Yeah. I only give it 5. And now just leave it there. Let's take this incriminating evidence out of this room.
With the black money soaking in the solution, they've got an hour and a half to kill. So, they head off to do some window shopping and plan how they're gonna spend their money. If the solution works, the Marks will believe that they've stumbled across a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. There's a limitless supply of black money, which has the power to double theirs. Little do they know that if they decide to invest in the scheme, they won't double their money, they'll lose the lot.
It's too good to be true. Just a quick check, please.
For the hustlers' next scam, they're taking over this currency exchange. Nearly all of us have had to convert money from one currency to another, which can be confusing, as exchange rates are expressed as ratios and continually fluctuate. This confusion is what the hustlers are going to exploit, as they demonstrate how you could get stung next time you're changing your money. Welcome to the currency exchange cons. Here comes the first unlucky customer.
I wonder if I could please change some pounds into euros.
Sure.
I've got 115.
115.
What's your rate at the moment?
1.28, it's just gone up.
As Paul performs some sums on his calculator, she hands him £115 in cash.
Okay.
Paul counts the sterling.
So that's 124.20, which is 115 times 1.28, which equals 124.20.
Perfect, thank you.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, or 20.
Lovely, thank you.
Okay.
At an exchange rate of 1.28, her £115 has got a €124.20.
Well, have a lovely time.
Thank you very
See you
much.
when you come back. Look after your cash.
I'll try.
Yeah.
But of course, things are never that simple. Once outside, our cameras caught up with her and asked her to check the sums for herself.
On here it says €147.20, so that kind of means I've just been conned by 23 euros. Not impressed. I'm now fall under the typical blonde category.
She can be forgiven, as that was no ordinary calculator. Earlier in the den, Jess had taken it apart and swapped the positions of two of the buttons. The equals and the memory recall. With these buttons in their new positions, it was easy for Paul to con the mark. As he took her money, he appeared to be calculating how many euros she should be getting back. In fact, he was slashing the exchange rate to 1.08 and storing the much lower amount of euros he was really gonna give her. When he repeated the calculation and pressed equals, it was really the memory recall button.
Equals 124.20.
And so he recalled the 124.20.
10, 20, 30.
And because she read it with her own eyes, she never questioned the amount.
Well, have a lovely time.
Thank you very much.
See you when you come back.
Some more customers arrive, so it's time for Paul's second sting of the day.
Can I convert £140 into euros, please?
Sure. 140.
This time, he doesn't need the help of his dodgy calculator
That's 179 euros and 20 cents.
and gets out the correct amount of euros at 1.28.
That's 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 70. Okay. Where'd you say you were going? Spain. Love Spain.
Spain, never been there before.
Never been there before? Well, look after your money. Don't spend it all in one place.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
They leave the shop with what they think is 179 euros and 20 cents. But we asked them to count the money inside the plastic envelope.
1, 3, 4.
140 euros and 20. That's 39 euros short.
We just got ripped off.
So what was Paul up to this time?
70.
Having counted out the correct amount,
Where'd you say you were going?
Paul got the couple chatting before reaching behind him for a plastic envelope. As he turned away from the marks, he let some notes drop into a tray under the desk. It was that quick. And from the other side of the counter, the marks couldn't see a thing. As he'd already shown them the correct amount, they had no reason to suspect that 39 of their euros had stayed with Paul.
Whenever you go to exchange money, always try and do the mental arithmetic beforehand so you know roughly how much money you should be getting back. And always count the cash before you leave.
And if your mental arithmetic isn't quite up to scratch, then you can always use the calculator on your mobile phone. And don't forget to ask for a printout from the bureau so you have proof of the transaction.
How are you, Alex?
Money won is twice as sweet as money earned.
How on earth are you going to do that?
And money won off a celebrity is even sweeter. Welcome to the Celebrity Con Games. This week, the Hustlers come face to face with former javelin world record holder and the only British athlete ever to win medals at 3 consecutive Olympics, Steve Backley.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yes?
Slightly nervous at the prospect of
Oh, no.
throwing a javelin for the first time in a few years.
Have you not been throwing at all for...
I haven't thrown a javelin for 4 years. Athens Olympics, literally, the last round of the Olympics was the last time I released a javelin. So...
Now, the furthest you've ever thrown is...
91 metres and 46 centimetres. Don't think we're going to be challenging that today.
Now, Steve, obviously, we didn't bring you all the way down here to throw javelins. We've got something else. We've got walnuts. So here's the bet.
Come on, hit me.
Here's the bet.
Hit me.
We're going to bet for £10.
Come on then.
It's a very simple bet. I bet I can throw a walnut further than you. That's it. You can go first.
I accept the bet.
Yeah? Excellent.
So, it's a walnut throwing contest. Let's take a look at the all-important stats. Steve's a giant of a man. His achievements include 3 Olympic and 2 World Championship medals. And he's up against Alex, whose furthest javelin throw was measured at 22 metres. It's Steve to throw first.
Jess is going to go down with some markers, so we know...
Hold on a second.
You want to pick a particularly aerodynamic walnut?
Well, yeah, I'm wondering if there's... That looks like a particularly aerodynamic one. Look at that.
That's actually quite good, actually.
That's a good one, isn't it?
I had my eye on that one.
So, any other rules that I should know of?
Try not to hit Jess, I guess.
Try not to hit Jess?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not part of the...
That's not part of it. You don't get any extra points.
As far as you can possibly throw.
OK.
Oh, my God.
Pretty impressive. Steve's walnut landed just shy of 50 metres. It's going to take a superhuman effort to beat that.
I'd be very worried if I was you, Mr. Conrad.
That was
Pick
kind
your
of a
walnut.
warm-up.
I'm going to go for...
Step forward, Alex. Surely he can't throw further than the mighty Backley. So let's see what he's made of.
You think this will ever make it as an Olympic event?
Ready?
I hope so. It's good fun.
Here we go.
I think that's more like 90. Yeah, I'd say that beat you by quite a bit.
Hold on a second.
Unbelievable. Alex hurled his nut an enormous 85 metres. That's almost double the distance that Steve managed.
No, that's very impressive.
Now, will you do us a favour as well, though?
Go on.
Will you sign it for us?
Best time we're heading that is now. I now retire in shame.
No, you don't.
As a javelin
Sorry.
thrower.
Well done, Jess.
Thank you.
You do realise I'm going to be ostracised by the throwing community as a complete failure.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank
That
you.
was great fun.
Well done.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for the effort.
Yeah.
So much.
Thank you, Jess. Yeah.
Sure.
Drug testing. Game out.
Once Steve had handed over his signed tenner,
OK.
we gave him his own walnut and Alex's walnut for a closer look.
It's a bit heavier. It's a bit heavier. Ah, very good. It has something in it, of course, and that gives it the weight.
Alex's secret was that his walnut was filled with metal. The extra weight meant it flew through the air further. He simply took his pre-prepared walnut from his pocket, palmed it, and then pretended to select it from the bag. Even with Alex throwing, the extra heavy nut was always going to fly further than Steve's.
If you're in an Olympic competition, you have to have your walnut ratified by the IOC.
What we're going to do is give you cancelled money, and it's real money that's been just inked. You give us whatever you want to put into it, we'll give you double that amount.
We have found a way of getting the ink to dissolve. I'll give you a sample now. You fill the bath up, you put in part 1 first, put the money in, and then you put part 2, which is the white one, and that will wash the ink off.
It's almost an hour and a half since the marks left £100 of black money soaking in the Hustler's special solution. And here they come to see if it's worked. It's a modern-day miracle. The notes are clean of ink. The solution seems to have worked. Downstairs, Alex and Paul are patiently waiting for the marks to come down with their cleaned money. The marks are understandably suspicious. Now that the notes are clean, they're checking to see if they're genuine. Everything is just as the Hustlers promised, so the marks head down to the bar. The big question is, will they invest? It's time for the Hustlers to seal the deal.
We impressed?
I don't know. I don't know.
What are you unsure about?
It's too good to be true.
What does it take to impress this man? He's just seen worthless bits of black paper turned into £20 notes, but he's still sceptical. So as the drinks come over, Paul sees an opportunity to win him over.
Is that the bill? I'll just get it. Thank you. Sorry, it went in the wash. It's a little damp.
To demonstrate that the washed notes really work, Paul's paid for the round of drinks with one of the 20s that the marks took out of their bath. The waitress instantly accepts it. These notes are perfectly good.
You know what? Sounds too good to be true to you. Maybe this thing's not for you. I don't know. You know, we do a lot of, we do a lot of business.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I think it's...
You know what? You're only putting £1,000 into it, not a lot of money.
It's still a lot of money. If it was 100, maybe £20, it's still money at the end of the day.
It's up to you guys. You do what you want to do. But I know it's a real deal, so...
No, I wouldn't do that if I thought I was going to be interested.
What do you want to do? We got to do the deal now if you want to do it.
No, I am.
Their persistence has paid off. The marks agreed to put in £1,000 each.
All right, well...
I can spend it 2 seconds flat. There's no problem to me. Why not be gone?
We don't carry that money with us, so we have it in a lockup,
Yeah,
which is 20 minutes away, so we'll take it there.
Before the marks have a chance to change their minds, Alex leads them to his flash motor, and they all head off to the Hustlers' lockup. They arrive at the Black Money HQ. It's time for the exchange. If they did have any lingering doubts, then this dodgy backstreet garage filled with bottles of chemicals, wash basins and drying money should assure them that this is an active operation.
What did you say? You said 2. Rob?
Alex gets £4,000 in black money out of the safe and grabs 2 bottles of solution.
It's very simple, it's 1 and 2. Well, I would say with that amount, big check, please.
Still wary, the Mark wants a closer inspection of the black money he's buying.
Put all that in there. And we'll just see if that guy's there.
With the Marks apparently satisfied, Paul hands over the £4,000 of black money.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll get you a bag for that.
bosh, job done. As in return, she hands him £2,000 in cash.
Yeah, that's 1,000.
With the deal done, it's time for the hustlers to make their exit.
Do you mind if we get somebody to give you a lift back? I'll pay for a cab.
The hustlers have another meeting to get to, so Alex calls the Marks a cab back to their hotel.
Cheers. Thanks again.
Hi, guys.
All right.
And the boys are off, leaving the Marks waiting for their cab. So why have the hustlers just sold £4,000 of usable notes for a cut price £2,000? Of course they haven't. What the Marks have just bought is a bundle of worthless bits of black paper and some household detergents. To see how the hustlers persuaded them the money was real, we need to go back to when they left the hotel, leaving the black money soaking in the solution.
Jess, you're on.
Jess didn't only need the cloned keycard to install the cameras, but more crucially to make the convincer work. The black money in the bath was nothing more than photocopied banknotes stained black. One of the solutions was made with fabric conditioner and the other washing up liquid. Jess scooped out the 5 pieces of black paper and replaced them with 5 genuine £20 notes. She then poured in some black ink to complete the effect. So when the Marks returned, what they found was 5 real £20 notes. The proof was seemingly impossible to ignore, and the Marks had no reason to doubt that the £4,000 of black money they bought in a lockup was just as genuine. So how did they react when we told them they'd just shelled out £2,000 for a pile of worthless black paper?
I'm angry, yeah, of course I'm angry. That's money that could be put onto other things. They've got our money, we've got
Nothing.
just paper.
Yeah. The money was fine in the hotel room.
I still had my doubts. It's too good to be true. But you, yeah.
I was just thinking of money, like a good shopping spree.
No matter what any con man tells you, there's no such thing as free money. A £20 note is worth £20. And if someone's offering to sell it to you for £10, they're trying to rip you off.
The Royal Mint is incredibly careful about their stocks of paper, their stocks of ink, and the way anything, even damaged notes, are dealt with. If someone says to you that they've got this kind of stuff, ink, paper, whatever, it's almost certainly a con.
To find out more about The Real Hustle and to see exclusive web clips, visit the BBC Three website.
Don't forget you can catch up with any episode of The Real Hustle High Stakes on iPlayer. On the way next on 3 Tonight, comedy as Lois takes New York by storm for all the wrong reasons in Family Guy.